Thursday. Hope you were doing well today. Hope your day was wonderful. I had a wonderful day so far, and I think it's just going to get better from here. While we were waiting on folks to join, reminding you, Cooped Up is my website that I never post anything to, but if you want to go check it out, you can anyway. CoopeduP.com is that site. I'm Cooped Up is my handle in all the social places. I love a follow on Instagram in particular. If you are on the Insta and wherever you watch or listen to this, it is on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and all of the major podcast streaming platforms. You can click the bell, subscription window, whatever it's called, so that you do not miss a second. I upload these to the podcast platforms after I finish the actual live episode. Excuse me. And with that, let's get rolling. Hope everyone is having a great day. I'm gonna say ended my day. It's only 4:30, so it's not really an ended day, but my general work day, whatever. I ended by teaching a class on public speaking at my kids' school today. They have every Thursday afternoon. They have public speaking class, and they have different experts, guests, all that kind of stuff come in, and then they practice broadcasting. All of the kids in our middle school do a morning broadcast on Fridays to the whole school. It's kind of like a newscast where they have different elements that they put together. Someone does the weather, two people are like the anchors, there are special reporters, that kind of stuff. So I helped them with that, kind of streamlining it using all of my expertise I learned here. Hey, Mama, good to see you. Hopefully y'all can see each other's comments today, unlike yesterday. But it was fun. This morning, knowing that I was going to do it today, Claire had two specific questions for me. She said, "You're not going to embarrass me, are you?" And my answer was, "I'm not going to intentionally embarrass you." I don't know what embarrasses you anymore. I can't control your emotions, but I will not intentionally embarrass you. I'm not sure. I know I succeeded in my part of the bargain. I do not know that she did not get embarrassed because it's breathing. Me breathing embarrasses a 13-year-old girl and my son. Both of them were in the class. It was for all the middle school kids. And then the other thing she asked, "What are you wearing?" And because I was in like my workout clothes this morning, and she was like, "Are you gonna wear that?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. This is just a t-shirt and some Lululemon shorts. I'm not coming to school like that. I'm gonna get dressed." "Or are you gonna wear one of your scarves?" "Oh, I don't know yet." And this is what I was. I have camouflage pants on. I changed my watch band to be kind of my rolly looking watch band. I got my little tennis bracelet on. That's probably the most like gender bendy thing I have on today. And then I have camo pants. Oh, and the shoes. These are the shoes. They're so cute, right? These are the shoes that I got by the mistaken delivery that I can't return. So I'm like, well, I'm going to wear them. They're Cole Haans. They're cute. So anyway, so that was what I did much of the afternoon. It started at 2:15, but I needed to prepare for that because that was actually one of my tips for public speaking. You want to hear what my tips were? I wrote down the ones that I remember. I think the most important one that I told them was, and again, I'm talking to 6th through 8th graders about this. I told them to remember that people want to hear you. They want you to be successful. They want you to do well. Going into it, that should help you with any stage fright you have. They are there to be educated, enlightened, informed, entertained, all of those things. And they want you there. You were invited to speak to them. So that you're not entering a hostile environment in most cases. There are cases that you are, and I'm not sure they were super excited to hear from me, but that's a whole other thing. Be prepared, and maybe that just means doing it. I literally did just a note card like this with just some key thoughts on it. That's always a big one. Rehearse is a big one. And that doesn't necessarily mean fully rehearse. So you don't have to have the script, but maybe just go through it in your mind, maybe figure out certain things, figure out what little jokey jokes you want to tell, all that kind of stuff. And then if you still have stage fright, pretend to play a character. Do what Beyonce does. You know, Beyonce sometimes gets stage fright, or she thinks she's being an imposter by going up and singing as Beyonce Knowles. So she has actually fabricated this character in her mind named Sasha Fierce. A lot of celebrities do this. They fabricate a character who, and sometimes the character has their own name. Like they share a name with it, but they've just created this new character, and they go up on stage as that person and character, feeling almost like they're an actor or an actress versus a singer or performer. So anyway, and then there was one, oh, don't talk too fast, slow down. I'm terrible at that one. And then the last one was to always have a backup, especially with technology doing what it's doing. Say, I don't know if I'm doing what I'm doing right now because I can't see. Something's going wrong with my screen. And I see one comment. Let me know if you're there, if you're watching. But always have a backup. So if you need video, multimedia as part of it, send it ahead. Send it to someone in the meeting in case you need to back it up. Send it to yourself so you have it on your phone. That sort of thing. But then I told the ultimate backup story. And I'll tell it to you right now. When I was at SMU, one of my favorite classes of all time, one of the ones I did the best in, was I took a public speaking course, and it was at the end. It was an evening course because I always like to take one evening course. It just freed up the week so much. But I took this evening course on public speaking, and during the course of the semester, it was very obvious that I was the top student in the class. Not to brag on myself, but facts are facts. But I was the top student, and no one, and the way that you were put in order is they just passed around this clipboard and people signed up, right? And I always sat in the front row because I'm a front row sitter. I'm a nerd like that. It helps with my attention. It helps me focus. It helps me not be distracted by other people. I think it helps suck up to the teacher. It's just a good place to be. I'm always a front row Joe. So I would always get the thing. I would be one of the first few people to get it. And I prefer first spot. I always prefer to go first. I don't want to go last. And no one wanted to go after me. So I would either get it and be one of the first people, or I would be one of the very last because no one wanted to go after me because I was so good at it. And it was one of these classes where every night, it was a 3-hour class. Every night we had a theme, and it was, we had a theme, and it was like recite a poem or demonstrate a recipe or read a proposal or like just that type of thing. And I always just rocked it out of the park. People hated going after me. There would always be a blank after my name on the list. And it was about 20 kids. It was one of my largest SMU classes of about 20, 25 students. And because SMU has small classes like that. But, or at the time did at least. But for the final presentation, one of the things that was asked to do was read a children's book. And I got up there and everyone was reading children's book. And I read The Giving Tree, which is a book I actually despise. I do not like that book at all. I liked it at the time when I read it. But now that I'm a parent and I've read the book since having children, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I think The Giving Tree is a story about a parent who gives way too much of themselves to an indulgent, entitled child and the parent completely loses their identity, is cut to a stump and nothing is left, and then the kid goes away and keeps asking and asking and asking, right? That's what I think it's about. Dark, right? Shel Silverstein's The Giving Tree. But I can read the shit out of that book. I will tell you, I was reading it and I'm like, and he swung from the branches and blah, blah, blah. It was just very animated. People were crying at me reading it. Like, it was just so emotional, right? And so I get done and everyone's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a moment, right? But that moment continues. After I got done reading, the poor girl who had to read it got after me, got up. And poor girl, she had to read after me anyway. That was just a sad situation. Poor girl gets up and she says, for my presentation, I'm reading The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. She had to read the exact same book. And literally everyone in the class was like, oh, girl. Yeah, it was like that. I'm surprised she didn't cry from that. But my point on that, and I told that story today to the kids in this class. They thought it was funny. And I told it at work today, too, in preparation for this. Everyone was like, oh, my God. I'm like, this is why you should always have a backup. So I went into that class with 2 children's books that I was prepared to read. I had my first choice, but I had in anticipation, because I knew I was not one of the first to go that night, in anticipation for that, I brought a second book that I was fully prepared and practiced reading in case I needed to revert to that one. And I wasn't even going to acknowledge that the Giving Tree existed in that case. This poor girl did not have a backup and had to read the exact same book, which would have been bad enough anyway. Even if I read it in a mediocre monotone, having to read the same book twice is just terrible, right? And there's no, everyone knows the story, all of that, right? And so she could have had a backup. And so that was my last piece of advice to them, was always have your backup. And sometimes that just means printing your shit out before. Of course, I didn't cuss in front of these kids that I remember. But sometimes, like if you have presentation materials, sometimes just printing them out before. So in the off chance that the internet's down or whatever, you can hand that off to somebody and say, will you make photocopies of this, please? I've done that before too. So Kelly is asking, were you a natural public speaker before that class? Yes, I was. I have been a great storyteller my entire life. I have, and one of the kids today asked this question too. It's like, have you always enjoyed public speaking? Have you always been good at it? Yes. So I have always been a great storyteller. I have always been someone that people gravitate to hear what I have to say. I could talk about a misdelivered package like I did yesterday, and people thought it was funny or interesting or whatever. And this sounds braggadocious, and I don't mean it that way. It's just the truth. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, stop. Oh, stop. No, I love it. But I've also been someone, like, from a young age, like if there was a crazy situation going on, I would always be I've never not been president of something that I've been involved in. I can't think of a single time. And I don't aim for it. I don't have like the ambition to do it. I just always get pushed to the front, or I'm the only one who does anything. Well, I am not the only one who does anything. Let me rephrase that. But I somehow end up in leadership positions very easily. I also think, and this is privilege coming into play. I also think being a very tall, being a very large, being a very blonde, being a very white, being a very blue-eyed, being a very gregarious person, all of those boxes, check, 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 check. Natural politician, natural leader, natural, or at least leader from a superficial standpoint, like able to tell a story or something. So anyway, but I still, to this day, I wish I could remember that girl's name so I could follow up with her to see what happened to her life. I bet that was a turning point in her life. Am I overselling it? Am I overemphasizing that experience? I have no idea what grade she got. I know I got like an A+++. I think I might have gotten 100 in that public speaking class. And of course, one of the things that you learned is to not say all the time, and then I literally just did it. Anyway, one of the other things I told the kids is, if you do not feel comfortable talking in your natural voice, always choose to drop your voice over raise your voice. Don't go to this place. Women are particularly bad at, hi, this is so-and-so, and I'm just calling to, no, go. If you are uncomfortable with your own voice, go deeper. Pull in some Oprah, dulcet tones. For some reason, it's got more authority. It carries better. It sounds more confident. And I also have a deep voice. Particularly, I have like deep undertones to my voice, which I also think helps me in a great way. So, do you want to see something I got in the mail today? Yes. I've not even opened this yet. I got Spanx. I got my Spanx today. So backstory on this is I can't fit into the tuxedo that I had custom made for myself like months before the pandemic started. I've gained too much weight since then, 25 pounds. I've lost about 5 of it now, but it's still, the zipper closes and the button latches. Technically, neither of us will survive the night. So I just need to shave off a little bit. I've been trying to act better, but in anticipation that is not going to work, always have a backup. So I ordered my Spanx. So let's see like I said, I have not even opened this package. It's a scissor. It says use a scissor. Does anyone else say that? A scissor? I don't know where I got that, but I always say, can you get me a scissor? I need to use a scissor. I always talk about scissors. I talk about them as scissors, but I say use a scissor or get me a scissor. Isn't that weird? I don't know why I say that. But anyway, Spanx. So, and I have a backup to my backup. I got both white and black. And normally I would order 2 sizes, but they're so fucking expensive that I was like, and if large doesn't fit, then I'm in terrible shape. But so I got the tank top version of these Spanx. Mom says no, I say scissors. I'm going to use scissors. So some people, yeah, you say I use scissors. I say I use a scissor. Go get me a scissor. I need to use. I don't know why. Why? I don't know. It's not like I say, let's put on a pant. Or maybe I do. I love a lovely pant. Monica's saying, try it on. No, not. No one wants to see that. So I got the tank top version. So my guns are out. No, I got the tank top version specifically because my other Spanx that I have are old and they are so hot. Like it is like a waterfall rolling down your back, down your arms, everything. So I'm like, I want as little fabric as possible. Shit, I just popped the tags off of them. I guess I own these now. Actually, these have a 100-day, like you can literally do anything to them, wash them, and then send them back. So these are it's the seamless tank and the ultra sculpt, which is the highest level of compressibility. So this is supposed to go all of this has to go into this. Let's put this on the side. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, holy Moses, what am I getting myself into? This is a large, y'all, and this is the size they say I need. And I don't know that my ego could take an extra large Spanx anyway. But they've got like a panel on the back. I guess I bet my other ones don't have this. So I'm wondering if this is the cooling. Because, yeah, that fabric is a lot thinner right there. I wonder if that's the cooling panel to keep you from melting while in them. But then there's all these like compression panels in it. So we shall see. So I got it. I don't know what I'm wearing yet. So I got it in white and I got the same thing in black, the exact same thing in case I wear, because I have both a black tuxedo shirt and a white tuxedo shirt. And I also have a black silken, I don't know if it's actually silk, pussy bow shirt that I wore last year that I really liked a lot. And I've considered, excuse me, getting that out and wearing that also. What I really want, y'all, is and I cannot find one anywhere that can get here in time. I want like a giant artificial like flower, like a sculpt paper or leather or fabric, some sort of sculpted, really big, think like Sarah Jessica Parker, really big flower of some sort, like a peony or a poppy, or even just like some sort of tropical looking flower. And I want that right there on my pin, on a pin or a brooch. But the problem is, so I went to Etsy. There's plenty of them on Etsy, but I can't find any of them that get here before the end of October, and I need it next weekend. I need it on September 24th. So, and here's the black one. Oh, it looks so much more slimming in black, doesn't it? Yes. I'll tell you, getting the Spanx on is not the problem. Well, sort of, but more than it's all a problem. But hopefully I don't relive getting trapped in them like I did last time, where I was like T-Rexing it in the Nordstrom dressing room and passed out pretty much. I actually have no idea how they came off. But no, I'm not trying them on. Need to snap your undies so it can't roll up. Yes. Well, I had so they make Spanx for men, and I assume for women as well, that go either direction. You can either get the shirt version that goes down, or you can get the underwear version that you have underwear and then it has like a panel on top that goes up to basically right under your tits right there. And I had a pair. I have a pair from To Exist, I think, which is a big underwear brand, that we're supposed to do that. And we're about halfway through the night, and I can feel them starting to roll at the top. They're starting to roll down like that. And I'm like, shit. So I have to go in and like, ugh. Crazy. So I was like, I'm never doing the bottom up anymore. I'm gonna do the top down. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. But yes, I got my Spanx today. This is, by the way, this is like right here. I think this was $145 worth of men's shirts. Spanx are the number one selling brand of men's underwear and undergarments in America, by the way, because we all fat. What else? What else? Do y'all watch Virgin River? I don't know how many people are on right now. I can't, for some reason, the count's not showing. Do y'all watch the show Virgin River? Chime in. If you don't, then I'll save this topic for another day. But if you do, I want to talk about Virgin River. It's I would say, at best, Hallmark quality soap opera that is run on Netflix, and it is all the rage. Todd is watching it. I know generally who's on it because I don't ever watch really all that many shows. But okay, I will save that topic for another day because I'm getting a bunch of nopes and I don't knows. I will promote that one a little bit more because I think that that's going to have a lot of conversation behind it. I posted on my Facebook about it last night, and there was a lot of opinions on that. I saw today, so drives me nuts when people walk around like they go work out or they talk about being overweight or whatever, and I'm overweight too. But I do try to take steps to make it right? But you hear people talk about being big, and they're walking around with one of these big old mocha chocolate yayas from Starbucks or Dunkin' or whatever right there, which is basically like ice cream in a cup with whipped cream on it, and they're sucking on that, right? And the caramel over it and all that kind of stuff. I learned today a shocking stat. You know, Dunkin' Donuts, which has its own versions of all of the Starbucks drinks, they've come out with a Dunkin' Pumpkin swirl frozen coffee. So it's like it's like a pumpkin spice latte kind of coffee, frozen coffee. The amount of sugar that is in one of those cups, so not even like this big, like just a regular size cup of it, is the amount of sugar in it is equivalent to 17 glazed donuts. I'm gonna let that sink in. One drink, this particular frozen coffee swirl, pumpkin, whatever, with whipped cream and all of that shit from Dunkin' Donuts is the equivalent of 17 glazed donuts when it comes to the amount of sugar that is in it. It blew my mind. It is 200 grams of sugar in that. Donuts. Yeah. You know what? I would rather have a fucking dozen and a half donuts than one drink. Honestly, if I'm going to do it, that's how I'm going to do it. But it has almost 200 grams of sugar, which is more or less the equivalent of a full cup of sugar. So take a cup, pour a bunch of sugar, like a whole cup of sugar in it, and that's what you got. Kelly, I'm with you there. I'd rather have ice cream. Same. So there is. I don't like drinking anything with. Wine, but and I've given that up largely. But if I'm going to enjoy that many calories, I'm like, it better be good. It better be something that, it better last me longer than that. I don't want it first thing in the morning, but my mom is also saying I'd rather have the 17 glazed. Same. Also don't like coffee very much, but I like certain coffee flavored things like tiramisu is one of my favorite desserts of all time, and it's got a coffee flavor to it. And there's some others, but I don't like coffee all by itself. But out of those, and mom had the mouth-watering thing. The best glazed donuts in Dallas are from this place called Lone Star Bakery. And they make them, they used to have a little retail store. They closed it at the beginning of the pandemic. They have not reopened it. It's a donut factory, and it is like walking distance to my house. It's a long walk, but it's walking distance. You might burn off some of those donuts getting there, but not too terribly far away. But they had the best donuts ever, better than Krispy Kreme even. Like they were like moist on the inside. So I like my glazed donuts to still be kind of almost like undercooked on the inside and very soft, but lots of glaze. I don't like cake donuts. Mason loves a cake donut. I do not like a cake donut. It's just like moist free. I need mine to be like the more lard you can put in it and the more sugar you can put in it, the better for me. But glazed donut, I'm pretty. I don't have much of a sweet tooth. Yeah, the cake. Monica likes the cake donuts. I do not. I do not like the cake donuts at all. I mean, I might have one, but I prefer a glazed donut. The When it comes to sweet, so I don't have a tremendous sweet tooth, but when it comes to sweets, I'm pretty much a very simple, just make it sweet, don't make it overly complicated. Love dark chocolate with salt. I love just a straight up glazed donut. I love vanilla ice cream. A good vanilla ice cream is better than anything else. If I'm not going to have vanilla ice cream, I'm going to have mint chocolate chip ice cream or cookies and cream. Those are my three go-tos for ice cream. I love, like, if you go to like the grocery store or not grocery store, the convenience store, and you get like an ice cream treat. I like just a cheapo, the cheaper the better ice cream sandwich. Just where it's got the chocolate cookie on the top that is almost soggy and sticks to your fingers, and the white ice cream or ice cream. I don't know how official, like, dietarily it is ice cream, and that is like my go-to for that. Or just a simple like a Dove bar or something like that. Like, less complicated the better for me. Regular donuts give you indigestion. What's there in a donut to give you indigestion? What are donuts made of? It's like lard and flour and an egg and some sugar. Yeah. Oh, soft serve. Yes. The 7-Eleven by our house used to have a whole soft serve bar. It's a prototype store, and they just recently took it out. I guess they're not getting into that anymore. But they were testing it for all. It's the worldwide prototype 7-Eleven is in my neighborhood, because the original 7-Eleven, like of all of the 7-Elevens, used to be in my neighborhood. It was founded in my neighborhood. So they did that. Suzanne hates a cake donut too. I know. They're dry, and it's like just. It's like taking a vitamin C pill. They just drag down your throat. So, did I tell you I'm meeting Beto O'Rourke on Tuesday? The kids and I are meeting. Todd's going to be out of town, but we have been invited to a meet and greet for him. Sorry, just sharpied my desk here. A meet and greet for him for artists for Beto, I think is or rally at the gallery is what it is. And so I can share a link because you just have to make a donation to go to the rally. I got invited to the VIP though. So, and then what else? I think most of these. Oh, have you seen, have y'all updated your phones yet? For those of you, yeah, Kelly, yes. If I'm going to eat lard, I'm going to make it in a homemade tortilla. Oh my God. Homemade tortillas. So good. Aldi has, and I'm sure other stores do too, Aldi has these pre-made uncooked tortillas that you just throw in a pan and cook. They are so fucking good. And I assume they're full of lard. I should look at the ingredients, but they are so good. And they pop up like a sopapilla sort of, and then when you take them off the heat, they go back down. Oh my God, so good. But anyway, back to what I was saying about, have you updated your iPhone to the new iOS? It's really pretty. The iOS 16, and I don't think it's on iPads yet. It's definitely on iPhone, and then I think there's a kind of a joint thing on the computer, but I haven't done that yet. But on the phone, it is so, like, all these different widgets. There's certain things that are different that take you getting used to. Like, now all the notifications pop up from the bottom than the top. I actually find that I like it because if I'm holding my phone with one hand, I can just switch it or flip it. But the coolest thing that they have on it so far that I found is you can take a photo. Let me find a photo from your phone. Let me find one of the kids or something. And you can, well, okay. So here's an old photo of my children, right? In this photo, I can hold down there, the kids, and then see how it's like doing a light around the kids? So right there, I copy, and then I can go into my text. Let me go to my mom, for example. I will text it to my mom. I can then copy it or I can paste it into the text, and it pulls the background out automatically with no effort. Isn't that the coolest thing? So you can make emojis with this or whatever, like real life. I love that. And I have seen people putting it into other photos. Like they'll get, let me go to another photo. They go to another photo. Oh, like say, this is the photo of a tree down in my neighborhood, for example. Like I could actually, let me see if I can paste. Oh, shoot. Let me see if I can paste the kids into that. No, I can't. But there was one that I saw. Oh, look how cute that picture is. The kids with the horse. The horse is the neighbor's horse where my in-laws live. But there's a way that you can paste the photo into another photo, and people are starting to make like fake vacation photos. They'll take like a photo of like Mykonos or something, and then post their kids in it and be like, "Hey, we're in Mykonos," that kind of thing. I think it's hilarious. But isn't that so cool? So, anyway, okay, keep moving. The That's an inside joke, what I just did. Isn't that cool? My mom was like, I love it. It's so fun. And you can also, I don't know what else you can do with that. And the home screen is different. And like there's all kinds of neat things. Oh, you can actually on your home screen, like if I changed my home screen, let me see if I can do that too. This is really neat because I can, let me see if customize. You can make it where you make a new one, and then there's all kinds of like, look at that photo and look how Claire's head is like behind in front of the time and all of that stuff. It is so, and then I can pinch it to crop, but you can make it bigger or smaller based on that. I think I fucked it up, but anyway, it's just really, really the edits are pretty. Another one of Claire with like the time behind her head a little bit. I think it's so pretty. So give it a try. You can walk, don't run. There's still some glitches in it, but yes. Anyway, alrighty. Well, that's all I got today. I've got a couple more topics, but I can talk about those tomorrow or at another time. Let me make sure I did not miss any questions. Alrighty, well, that's all I got today. With that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. I love that you watched this. Thank you so much for allowing me to have my external processing therapy session today. Talk about my day and the world around me. Take care of yourself. Don't should yourself to death. You are good exactly the way you are. And with that, I will see you tomorrow at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say, let's finish this week out with a bang. Talk to you later. Bye.